Okay, so the next notes that we are going to cover are secant and tangent notes. So we're going to start with a review of what chords, secants, tangents, diameters, radius, all of that is, everything that we've covered so far. So we're looking at line AD. So if I highlight AD, what is line AD? Okay, it can be a diameter. What else could it possibly be? A chord. Okay, so it could be a diameter or a chord. What about line CD? A radius. Okay, and then line EG. What is this? A tangent. Tangent is the only one that touches once. And what about line HB? It's not a chord because it keeps going. The secant.
There's no arrows on the thing above it.
There are arrows, you just can't see them very well. So that one's a secant line. Okay, so the things that you need to know in order to do these notes are, if all of my lines are on the circle, or all of my points land on the circle, not all of my points, but if my vertex is on the circle, then we've learned this one already. Do y'all remember what it is? What type of angle is this? It is an inscribed angle, because the central angle comes from the center. And so how do we know the relationship of this to the angle? Half of the arc. Okay? So we've learned that one already. Now, for when your vertex is in the inside of the angle, we're going to look at these two specifically. That means that the angle, so right here, angle ABC would be half of the sum of the two arcs. Okay, and so what does sum mean again? When they're added. So we'd have to add DE plus AC, half that to get the angle. Then if the vertex is outside of the circle, the formula is going to be 1/2 times the difference. Okay, so again, we're looking at arcs. We're looking at the two arcs that are involved in this angle. So this little arc and this little arc. Difference means what? Subtract. So I'd have to subtract this one from this one and then half it. Okay? So let's look at these in some examples. So in number 1, where is our vertex of our angle? Okay, is it on, inside, or outside the circle? On. So we're using angle is half of the arc. So we divide this by 2, and this would give us 60 degrees is our angle. Okay. Next, we want to find angle ANT. So ANT is this angle right here. Where is the vertex of that angle? On the circle. So that means, again, we're doing half of the arc measure. So our angle would be 45. Okay? And then in 3, we're finding angle RED, which is this angle here. Where's the vertex of that angle? on. So we're doing half of what the arc measure is. So that would be 140. Very good. Okay, let's look at 4. In number 4, we're looking for TEX. So TEX is this angle here. Where's the vertex of that angle? Inside. Okay, and so our formula for N is half of the sum. So what 2 am I adding together? So it would be 1/2 of 65 plus 35, which is 1/2 of 100. So our angle measure would be 50. Very good. Okay, let's look at 5. Here we're looking at RPK. So this angle right here. Where is the vertex of that angle? Inside. So we're using that same formula again. So I'm going to do 1/2 of this arc measure plus this arc measure. So 33 plus 39. That would be 1/2 of 72. And that is 36 degrees. Okay, and then HMS. HMS is this angle here. Where is the vertex of this angle? Inside. So we're using the same formula again. So we do 1/2 of 28 plus 68. So that would be 1/2 of 96, which is 48 degrees. All right. Let's look at 7. So 7, they want us to find the value of x here. That would be this angle right here. Where's the vertex of this angle? Outside. So our formula is going to be 1/2 of the difference. So this time I've got to do 1/2 of 60 minus 20. And you always do the big minus the little. So that would be 1/2 of 40. And so my angle measure would be 20 degrees. Okay, let's look at another one of those. Number 8, they want us to find this angle measure here. It is still out, the vertex is outside. And so we would do 1/2 of 128 minus 22, which would be 1/2 of 106. And so my angle measure would be 53. Okay, and number 9. Number 9, we still are outside the circle, so we're doing 1/2 of 260 minus 100. That's going to be 1/2 of 160, which gives me 80. So x is 80 degrees. Are there any questions about any of those? Okay. Now, this part is where they give you multiple, like lots of different information, and you have to figure out what is needed and what's not needed. So the first set of problems is on the circle. So if I'm looking at number 1, they want me to find GKM. So I'm finding this angle here. We already know we're doing half of the arc, but which arc do we actually need? 150, because that's the one across from the angle, so 210 is not actually important. So we would half 150, and our angle measure would be 75 degrees. Okay, let's try one more of those. Looking at number 2, they want me to find angle JLP. So JLP is this angle here. So which arc measure do we need there? 88, because it's the one across. So this is unimportant, this is unimportant. So I would half 88, and my angle measure would be 44 degrees. Okay, let's look at in the circle. This is usually a little more tricky for some people. So in the circle, they want us to find angle RUN. So angle RUN is this angle here. Okay, this time we need 2 arc measures. So it's going to be the 2, first off it's going to be the one across from the angle, and then the one opposite of that arc. So we would need 88, and then we would need the arc across from this one, which would be 60. So we don't need 96 or 1/16. So remember, this formula is 1/2 of the sum, so I have to add 88 and 60. So that would be 1/2 of, is that right, Draper? 148. Then we divide that by 2, and that gives us 74 degrees. Okay, let's look at one more of those. Number 5, they ask us to find UPS. So UPS is this angle here. So what 2 arc measures do I need there? 78 and 62. So 114 and 106 are not needed. So I'm going to do 1/2 of 62 plus 78. That would be 1/2 of 140. And 1/2 of 140 is 70 degrees. Okay, and our last examples are outside the circle. And so our formula for outside the circle is 1/2 of the difference. So this time we're finding x. Which 2 are not needed here? 67 and 211. They are not at all facing the angle, so those are not needed. So this would be 1/2 of 66 minus 16. So that's 1/2 of 50, and we know half of 50 is 25. Okay, so let's do one more of those. So here, we're looking for this x. They didn't give us extra information, did they? So this would just be 1/2 of 210 minus 150. So this would be 60, which is 30.